No one can keep a secret forever. Marie Singleton and Andre Jackson seem like the picture of newlywed bliss.
We have this beautiful portrait of the American family.
This is the epitome of happily ever after.
But when someone disappears, police come face to face with a secret world of sex, lies, and deadly spies.
This is a case that now has international incident written all over it.
Someone isn't who they say they are.
Stop messing with me!
And the shocking revelation will leave investigators with a dangerous task.
How do you investigate the CIA?
They do this all over the world. Kill people, make it look like an accident.
Soon, every dirty little secret will be revealed. It's 1994 in Englewood, California, a suburb of Los Angeles. And Marie Singleton is a young woman who seems to have it all.
Marie Singleton was the portrait of a vibrant life. Big, happy smile, dancing eyes, and her inner beauty equal to all of that. She had a big spirit.
How is work? I told you all about an interview. It's looking really good. Hey, moving on up.
This was a loving friend, a helpful neighbor. Any friend who needed her at any time, she was there to help.
At the top of the list of those Marie looks out for is her young son, Thomas. The single mom works long hours at a government communications job, determined to provide him with everything he needs.
She has sort of a boring government job, but it pays the bills. It's stable and it's good for now.
She's so devoted to her work because she's devoted to her son. She wants to be the best mom she can and give him the most that she can.
And so far, everything's going according to plan.
Marie has everything. She has beauty. She has a vivacious personality. She is smart. She's career savvy. She has a beautiful son. Marie has the whole package.
But there is one thing Marie's missing, and that's love.
When you look at the mosaic of Marie Singleton's life, you'd see one tiny little hole, and that had to do with the heart.
As wonderful as Marie's life is, she's still missing that one thing that she really wants, and that's to find her soulmate.
Then Marie meets Andre Jackson, a former Marine who now works for an aerospace company.
Andre has everything on Marie's checklist. He's stable, he's got a good job, plus he has some sons. This is someone who could kind of complete that family that she's always wanted.
In almost no time at all, Marie and Andre are married with a child of their own.
These two are hot and heavy. They have more chemistry than a high school science class. He is romantic. He is loving. And boy, is he sexy in the bedroom.
For Marie, there's nothing more she could ask for. This is everything she's always wanted, and she's very, very happy.
But after less than a year together, their happiness is about to be destroyed. On November 11th, 1994, Andre comes home to find Thomas and the baby all alone.
Where's your mother?
I don't know.
Wait, what?
Andre grows more alarmed when Thomas says he hasn't seen his mother all afternoon.
Did your mother leave a note, message, anything at all?
No.
Marie is not the kind of person who would not call, who would not somehow get a message to her family that she's going to be waylaid for some reason.
Marie's car is gone, so Andre begins calling friends and neighbors.
What's going on?
Have you seen Marie? I came home and she's not here.
Where's Marie? Have you talked to Marie? Have you seen Marie?
I haven't spoken to her at all recently.
None of them know anything.
When hours pass with still no word from her, a panic-stricken Andre calls police and reports Marie missing.
She's not here. She left my kids by themselves.
Andre is on a mad hunt for his wife.
Do you remember the last time that you saw her?
She's been going all day. She normally doesn't leave the kids alone.
He's worried. This is not like Marie. This just would not happen without some explanation.
Investigators ask Andre to come in.
Do you have any idea where your wife could be?
He tells them that Marie travels a lot for work, but as far as he knows, she has no trips planned this week. Detectives have to wonder if maybe Marie kept her husband in the dark for a reason.
It's unusual for someone to just up and disappear for no good reason, especially if she has a family. However, it does happen. Sometimes people are unhappy at work, they're unhappy with their relationship, that they may just decide they want a fresh start and leave.
But Andre insists everything's fine at home.
I mean, from time to time, she goes out to work out.
He says Marie's an avid jogger.
She's never out this long.
Maybe she drove somewhere to go for a run and met trouble along the way.
If someone is missing and they were a jogger, you would definitely think maybe they got hit by a car, maybe they were attacked.
Maybe she was mugged. Maybe she met foul play.
Have you possibly had any Jane Does?
As police check local hospitals to see if Marie's been admitted anywhere, Andre starts putting up missing person flyers.
For Andre, this was his worst nightmare. 1 minute, he has one big, beautiful, happy family. The next minute, he is frantically scouring neighborhood after neighborhood to try to find the missing love of his life.
Marie hasn't turned up at any local hospitals, so investigators look for her car instead.
You would check your police records to see if there's been a report of an accident. Next thing you would want to look at is some of their banking records, credit cards. Did she use her credit cards recently? Because sometimes it could show that she hopped on a plane and traveled somewhere.
All their searches come up empty, and her car isn't found, so police go back to Andre. There must be some key piece of information he's holding back, even if he doesn't realize it.
Has your wife been having any problems lately?
He admits there is a secret he's been holding on to. Something about Marie that no one outside the family knows.
She drinks a lot.
Andre tells investigators that as of late, Marie has been drinking more and more, and it's making her a little edgy, a little more erratic.
Andre tells police that when Marie drinks, she gets unstable and acts out uncharacteristically. And lately, she's been drinking more and more.
You're sitting here counting my drinks?
The more Marie drank, the more violent she became, more tempestuous, more problematic.
Stop telling me what to do all the time. God!
He says when she drinks, she becomes erratic, angry, irrational, and sometimes flies off the handle and disappears, sometimes overnight.
And honestly, I mean, I'm not proud of this right here, but
Andre reveals that Marie was drunk the afternoon she disappeared, and it led to an argument.
I'm in control.
Andre tells police that Marie wanted to go along to his son Andre Jr.'s football game, but that Andre told police, "No, Marie, you're in no shape to go to this football game. You've been drinking, it's out of control, and I can't let you go."
I can have a drink.
Well, you cut off. No more. You finished that whole entire bottle. Look at you.
Just
Marie,
relax.
Give me the drink.
Just back off.
Andre says Marie stormed out, and that was the last he or anyone else saw of her. He'd hoped she would sober up, cool off, and come home like always. But she didn't.
You can see Marie maybe going on a bender, but the bender ends at some point. By now, you'd think that she's sobered up. Eventually, she has to come home.
Now that she's been missing for more than a day, Andre can only think of one explanation. And the secret he reveals next could destroy his family.
This cannot be traced back to me.
What Marie's hiding is so dangerous, it could be fatal to anyone who finds out.
Marie is not your typical missing mom and newlywed. When they learn what she does from 9 to 5, that blows a lid off the case.
Marie Singleton Jackson has vanished. And her husband, Andre, fears that her heavy drinking may have gotten her into serious trouble.
If she's drinking, I know anything can happen.
He tells police that one of Marie's ex-boyfriends, Dave, has been sniffing around lately, and Andre suspects the guy is still hung up on his wife. If she went off on a bender and ran into him, maybe one thing led to another.
She's with this ex-boyfriend of hers. I know she's with him.
Andre tells cops Marie has hooked up with an old flame who he thinks still carries a torch for his wife. Boozing and boyfriends don't exactly mix. Perhaps he stoked her fires and she ran off with him.
I'm married.
What if Dave insisted they rekindle their relationship?
I'm done.
Only Marie wasn't having it.
Listen, you are not leaving here.
Maybe he wanted more than she was willing to give.
We had a few drinks, a couple of laughs. It's supposed to be fun.
I love you.
And she said no, and he went after her in a jealous rage.
Stop messing with me.
I don't know what this guy's capable of. I just know something is wrong.
Now Andre's imagination is really running away with him because he fears, what if she got together with this man and this man turns out to be some sort of a killer?
Her old boyfriend suddenly entered the picture. He's someone that you want to look at very closely.
Unfortunately, Andre doesn't know where police can find Dave.
I have no idea whatsoever.
Andre doesn't know where he's from. He just has this bad feeling that he could have been the one responsible for Marie's disappearance. This is a tantalizing lead, but it really doesn't give investigators much to go on.
So investigators turn to Marie's close-knit group of girlfriends.
They knew everything about her, how she behaves, what she likes, what she doesn't like, what impassions her.
If Marie has an old flame, somebody's going to know about it that's close to her.
He's adorable.
There'd be signs her behavior would change.
Was she acting peculiar?
Only Marie's friends tell police they don't know anything about her drinking or having a man on the side.
She never even looked at another man.
But they do say Marie has a secret. Her fairy tale love affair with Andre is on the rocks.
That fabulous family she so desperately wanted wasn't so fabulous after all.
I can't take this house and this life.
The brilliant, beautiful, wonderful relationship that she had cultivated with Andre had suddenly become a dark abyss of unhappiness.
They were always arguing.
Friends say that the romance that ignited with such a fiery passion not long ago has just as quickly burned itself out.
I'm done.
In fact, they say Marie was planning to leave Andre the very day she disappeared.
I wash my hands. I cannot do this with you anymore, Trey.
And they might believe that she just up and left, if not for one crucial detail.
She's a great mom. She would never leave without her kids.
Marie was a devoted mother. She wanted the best for her family, even if there was another love in Marie's life. The one thing she wouldn't do is leave her children behind.
Without some way to piece together the secrets of Marie's life, investigators fear they'll never know what really happened.
There comes a point in time where you sit there and try to think up new leads to cover, and there are no more. There's nothing more you can do.
But it turns out local detectives aren't the only ones interested in finding Marie.
We're wondering what you can tell us about the Marie Singleton Jackson case.
FBI agents suddenly appear on their doorstep, saying they're conducting their own investigation into Marie's disappearance and want to compare notes. Detectives are suspicious. They didn't call in the FBI.
The FBI doesn't usually get involved in a case like this one, so why they are interested in Marie's disappearance is very puzzling.
It is unusual for the FBI to be involved in a missing persons case. The FBI needs a federal jurisdiction, and someone just being missing is not necessarily a federal jurisdiction.
Why is the FBI interested in a local case?
If the local police didn't ask the FBI to get involved, who did?
We were contacted by her employer.
The agents explain that when Marie didn't show up for work Monday morning, her employer got worried and asked the FBI to look into it.
It is completely not like her. She's very punctual. Please try to find her. We need to get Marie back.
The reason why is a colossal secret that no one, not even Marie's family or husband, knows.
And who's her employer?
She worked for the CIA.
Not so much a boring government job like she told her friends and family, was it?
This is someone who everyone thinks is a typical housewife, a typical mother. Meantime, there's all this cloak and dagger stuff going on in her life. I mean, this is obviously someone who can keep a secret.
If you work for an organization like the CIA, you don't even tell your spouse because your spouse might mention that to someone, and it also might put them at risk.
The agents reveal that Marie handles highly classified material directly from spies abroad.
She takes information from spies all over the place, and she's a specialist who relates and interprets that information. She is a walking, living, breathing international security goldmine.
And when someone with her security clearance goes missing, the government wants to know why.
Did you bring me what we agreed on?
What if she's been compromised, bribed into revealing state secrets? The information she has access to would be worth a lot of money to certain people.
Our first concern is that she left voluntarily with a boatload or suitcase load of classified information.
This was a mom who wanted a better life for her kids. Maybe she would have done anything, even selling out the United States in order to make some extra money to give her family a better life.
Was she tempted to take the money and run? Or has she been a mole all along?
Nobody suspects a thing. We're clean.
Leaking classified intelligence to a foreign government.
You have to take into consideration if she's targeted by another nation, to be groomed, to be flipped, to become a double agent. If Marie had the names and identities of overseas agents or informants, now she's a much more valuable target for other nations.
What if she's fled the country with a treasure trove of secrets? Her sudden disappearance is a potential threat to national security.
This information is very sensitive.
Remember, it's 1994. Russia is not our friend. China is not our friend. The United States has many enemies. This has all kinds of implications.
Has Marie turned traitor? To find out, detectives must delve into a world of cloak and dagger intrigue.
I have to cover my tracks. It cannot be traced back to me.
And the secrets they uncover next will have deadly consequences.
This is a case that now has international incident written all over it.
The CIA is not going to let this go. They do this all over the world. Kill people, make it look like an accident. This is their trade craft. Maybe the CIA knows more than they're letting on.
Missing mom Marie Singleton Jackson's secret has been exposed. She works for the CIA. But did she run away with classified information? Or is she the victim of something more sinister?
Any good spy novel author would have a field day with this case. We've got this beautiful young mother, the espionage factor.
Names, dates, I have it all. When can you meet?
What kind of secrets were held by Marie Singleton Jackson?
In the next town over, investigators make a huge find that might finally give them some answers. It's Marie's car, with no sign that it's been in an accident.
Marie's car has obviously been there for several days. There's lots of parking tickets on it. So investigators go in and examine the car and find some very troubling evidence inside.
Inside the trunk is Marie's lifeless body.
She had been badly beaten and strangled and then stuffed into the trunk of her car.
Detectives wonder if her husband Andre's theory was right. Was Marie attacked while out on a run?
She's dressed in her jogging suit. Her car has been found not far from where Andre said she liked to go jogging. Perhaps she went for a run, but while she was running, maybe something happened.
But a closer look at the crime scene suggests otherwise.
Her possessions are still in the car. This is no robbery. Why would someone leave her belongings? Seems like someone wanted her to be discovered.
If Marie was the victim of a random mugging, it's very unusual that they would stuff her back into the trunk of the car. And if Marie was beaten and strangled, it's a very personal crime, as opposed to shooting someone, and it suggests something other than sort of a random crime.
So if this murder was planned, who's behind it? Did Marie try to sell secrets to a foreign government and get double-crossed? Or is she completely innocent? Perhaps she was seduced into revealing her secrets.
Is it possible we have maybe a James Bond scenario here? Has she possibly fallen under the spell of a counter spy?
Maybe she had a secret agent lover. And once he got all the information, she was no longer any good to him. So he killed her.
Or perhaps Marie refused to talk. The brutal way she's been beaten could indicate torture. Did someone try to get by force the information Marie wouldn't share voluntarily?
No, please. Please.
Don't struggle. It just makes it worse.
Because of the brutality of this beating, they think maybe an agent abducted her and tortured her for something she knew.
Let me go! I have a family!
But did Marie ultimately talk? And to whom? There's blood in the car and some skin cells under Marie's nails.
Now that tells them that in the course of this murder, Marie fought for her life.
Please, please!
But no one has any idea who this person is.
And unfortunately, the use of DNA testing by law enforcement is still in its infancy, and not a tool investigators can turn to.
Where do they go now? What do they do now?
With the FBI's assistance, investigators search Marie's house for classified documents, but none are found.
The FBI found no evidence that this was related to her work. There was no signals intelligence, there was no sources, there was no information that said that something strange was going on at work.
With no evidence of a security breach, the FBI ultimately concludes that Marie's death has nothing to do with her work.
After heavy scrutiny, they realize she's not a traitor at all. She was just an innocent victim of crime.
The FBI closes their case, but local police still have a homicide to solve.
So now they're back to square one, investigators desperately trying to figure out who killed Marie and why.
After the espionage portion of the investigation is put to bed by the FBI, you have to circle back to the beginning, and that brings you back to Andre, the husband.
All the time is the same story.
Andre told police that he and Marie argued the morning before she disappeared.
Drink, I can have a drink whenever and wherever I want.
No, I hear this all the time. It's the same story, the same drink.
They fought on the day she went missing. You've got the fact that Marie wants to leave him. Nobody seems to know about any ex-boyfriend. The espionage theory is out the window. So they go back to the friends. Tell us more.
They ask if anyone's noticed anything strange lately about Andre. And one friend reports seeing something suspicious on the day Marie disappeared.
You know what? Andre did have a bruise on his lip.
The timing is really bad. If your wife disappears and her body turns up beaten and bruised, a little thing like a bruise on your lip could tell volumes about her last day.
Could Andre be his wife's killer? When investigators look into the Jacksons' finances, they stumble upon what could be a motive for murder. Marie had a $600,000 life insurance policy.
That's a lot of money. Could be enough money to kill for.
Detectives bring Andre in for more questioning.
Our records show that you had a bruise on your lip that morning.
He says there's a perfectly good explanation.
He says he got it at his son's football game.
He scored a touchdown, and due from his excitement, he rushed at me and his helmet hit my lip.
He says there are plenty of witnesses to back up this account.
It's a believable story. And when detectives take a closer look at the fine print on the insurance policy, they discover a problem with their motive. In the event of Marie's death, the $600,000 goes in a trust for her son, Thomas. Andre gets nothing.
Nowhere in any document was any indication that Andre could get his hands on that money. Not through the courts, not in probate, not begging, not borrowing, not stealing. He is not getting that money.
If her son is a sole beneficiary, if there are witnesses to his plausible story of getting hit in the face with his son's helmet at a football game, then you are back to square one.
With no other suspects, the investigation slows to a crawl.
Days turn to weeks, weeks turn to months, and it doesn't seem like there's going to be any movement on Marie's case. And this is very heartbreaking for Marie's whole family.
A year after her death, the case is ice cold. But then, out of the blue, Marie's family is sent a shocking letter. It's an anonymous message from someone inside the CIA, and it reveals a potentially dangerous secret. Could Marie Singleton Jackson's murder have been an inside job after all?
This letter says, watch out for the government. This is a secret that will potentially blow the lid off this case.
A year after her death, Marie Singleton Jackson's family has been sent an anonymous letter from someone inside the CIA. and its contents reveal an unbelievable secret.
This letter shows up out of the blue, and it makes some very interesting accusations. In fact, the contents of this letter could be very dangerous.
The letter accuses the CIA of attempting to cover up the truth about Marie's murder and of putting a gag order on its agents not to talk to Marie's family about the case.
This letter alleges that there was something about Marie's death that the CIA did not want getting out. And they were responsible for shutting down Marie's homicide investigation.
Why would the CIA be trying to make Marie's case disappear? Unless they have a deadly secret to hide.
I need you to shred these documents immediately.
Of course.
Did she stumble into some information she wasn't supposed to? Is it possible that Marie wasn't killed by a foreign agent? Was she possibly killed by one of her own?
You and I are gonna take a little ride. No questions either.
Maybe it was an inside job, and they swept this under the rug to keep it from coming out.
Could Marie have been murdered by one of her fellow CIA agents?
Maybe she's the woman who knew too much.
We got this letter that the CIA may be behind this.
Marie's family turns the letter over to the police. Was her death part of some vast, sinister conspiracy?
If the CIA killed my daughter, we need your help.
Anytime you receive wild allegations such as this, that you're going to look at that letter very carefully and say, what is this all about? Where is this coming from? And is there any truth to this letter?
Investigators send the letter out for testing.
You can look at the postmarks, and sometimes you can get fingerprints from the letter. You can try and identify the typewriter, where it came from. So there would be different things that you could look at as an investigator to try and identify that individual.
But the letter offers up no clues. Police realize their hands are tied.
How do you investigate the CIA?
There's just no way for them to do that. If this has to do with the highest levels of our intelligence agencies, that's not something that a local detective is going to unravel.
A wall of silence has gone up within the CIA, and it seems unlikely that Marie Singleton Jackson's murder will ever be solved.
If you believe the idea that the CIA was behind Marie's death, maybe that's why the FBI pulled out so quickly. Maybe that's why they decided it's time to shut down and get out of this investigation.
They appear to be hiding something. They don't seem interested in solving it. This, of course, has implications beyond anything anyone wants to really believe.
Maybe the very agency she devoted her life to killed her. And of course, knowing the CIA wanting to cover this up, they could.
The case goes cold again and remains so for nearly a decade. But time may be just the thing that's needed to get a break in the case. Because one of the FBI agents first assigned to the investigation has never gotten over Marie's unsolved murder.
When a case goes cold, you don't forget about it. You don't forget about the victims. You don't forget about the family members. You don't forget about the crime scene.
There are cases that stick with a person and then they haunt them, and it eats at you.
This was a woman who gave her life to the federal government. We owe her something. Let's roll up our sleeves and let's see what we can do.
The agent pulls the cold case and re-examines all the evidence. He pores over every last detail, looking for anything that may have been overlooked.
Old case files, statements, the interview, the autopsy report, any little bit of information he may have overlooked to help give this case new legs.
investigators uncover the identity of the informant who wrote the anonymous letter. It's one of Marie's former CIA co-workers. But agents' first break in years is a disappointing one. It turns out Marie's co-worker fabricated her claims of cover-up and conspiracy.
She just wanted to make sure that people didn't forget about Marie and that the case was still being investigated. The letter was just another dead end.
The original investigation didn't overlook any big smoking gun.
It wasn't an inside job at all. It was simply a concerned coworker who wanted to spark police into action.
The letter has just been a strange and frustrating distraction. Agents conclude once again that Marie's murder was unrelated to her work for the CIA. But there is one tool they now have at their disposal that they didn't have in 1994: DNA testing.
As time goes on, sometimes you get lucky and technology changes, and there are new avenues of investigation that could open up years later.
The blood and skin cells from the crime scene are finally tested. And when they are, investigators are shocked to find a match. Has Marie's killer finally been found?
After so much time, after so much work and so much pain, this might be the break to solve the case of Marie's death.
"13 years after Marie Singleton Jackson's lifeless body was found stuffed in the trunk of her car, the technology exists to test blood and skin samples from the crime scene for DNA.
After long last, this could be the evidence that finally reveals who killed Marie.
The tests reveal that the samples are a match for Marie's husband, Andre Jackson. But the discovery doesn't prove murder. Finding a husband's DNA on his wife isn't so unusual.
People who share a household share DNA. My husband's DNA could be on me at any given point in time.
Detectives go over the evidence against Andre. His bruised lip, his lies about her drinking, the report that Marie was going to leave him.
We're finished!
You're not leaving me!
It's circumstantial at best, not nearly enough to throw the book at him. And there's one other problem.
Andre is long gone. He packed up and moved out a long time ago and is nowhere to be found.
But while Andre is MIA, Marie's son Thomas, now a young man, is not. And when detectives go talk to him and voice their suspicions about his stepfather,
do you think that your stepfather could have ever hurt your mother?
it triggers an old memory, one he'd hoped to forget.
He adored his stepfather, but he's carrying around this torturous secret.
There's this one image that always sticks with me of...
It will be the last secret of this case, but it will be the most important secret.
I remember them fighting a lot.
Thomas reveals that Andre Jackson is capable of terrible violence.
You're my wife.
He knows because he saw it firsthand.
He saw Andre choke and strike his mom 6 weeks before she disappeared.
I remember he was choking her.
This fight was so bad that he remembers Andre choking Marie.
Don't make me hurt you!
This is incredibly important information to this case because it shows investigators a pattern of abuse. It shows them that Andre is capable of trying to strangle her.
It wasn't like he punched her or slapped her around or pushed her around. He choked her, and we know from the autopsy that she was strangled.
Thomas says his mother had been too scared to press charges. That's why police never heard of the attack from Marie.
It's very common for battered women not to report husbands in spousal abuse. So it's a very strong possibility that Marie had suffered at the hands of Andre and did not report it.
And that's why Marie was going to leave Andre.
He's not the person that I thought he was.
Not for another man or to sell state secrets, but to escape an abusive husband.
He was not the man she thought he was. He was a violent, abusive man. Her knight in shining armor turned out to be nothing but a loser in aluminum foil.
A few weeks later, Marie was dead.
I'm done!
Police suspect that on the day she vanished, she must have told Andre she was finally leaving him.
Leaving! Yes!
Go anywhere!
He snapped
Get your hands off of me!
and strangled her to death with his bare hands.
You're not leaving me!
Andre!
He stuffed her in the trunk of her car, parked it on the side of the road, and then went to his son's football game like nothing happened.
But where is Andre? Investigators call in the feds once more, this time to launch a manhunt with the aid of new technology.
Now we're into the early 2000s, so you can use computer searches, you can look at change of addresses. There's a 1,000 avenues to be able to find an individual.
Andre is tracked down in Arizona and arrested.
I'm sure that Andre thought he got away with murder, and I am sure he was very comfortable living his life and not even thinking about the fact that somebody was looking to convict him.
2 decades later, police are finally able to put the cuffs on Andre Jackson for the murder of his wife. Took a long time, but finally, Andre Jackson's deadly little secret was revealed.
In 2012, 18 years after he thought he had silenced Marie for good, Andre Jackson is convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to 25 years to life.
He sat back and said, "I'm Andre Jackson, and I got away with murder." Well, I have to say, Marie gets the last laugh.
Marie Singleton lived in a dangerous world of international secrets. But the deadliest secret turned out to be the one closest to home.
This just goes to prove that you can run, but you can't hide. It may take years and years and years for some cases to be solved, but there are people who don't forget.
Andre Jackson is now sitting in prison, perhaps denying to his cellmates that he ever did it. But the fact of the matter is, Andre Jackson almost got away with murder. But for one final secret that clinched a conviction. All of Marie's friends, family, co-workers, and loved ones know who did it, and justice has been served.